Hey friends, welcome back to the homestead. I'm excited you're here with me today. Today we are going to do my once a month grocery shopping haul. Some of these items are actually going to last me longer than a month. A couple things you'll notice that I do not have in my grocery haul is I do not have meat and I do not have baked goods. I buy all my meat in bulk and then I also buy all my baked goods in bulk, and I have a couple videos on that. I'll link above and in the description below. So typically with my once a month grocery shopping, it's dairy products and produce. But hopefully the garden is starting to grow things, so hopefully soon we can just cut out the produce and we can eat garden fresh produce, and all I'll have to rely on is dairy products. I went to 2 stores today. I was only planning to do one, which was the Walmart grocery pickup, but Walmart would only let me order 1 gallon of organic whole milk. I don't know why they said that they were out of stock, but that's all I could order. So I went into my local QFC, which is a Kroger store. Typically I don't go shopping there because their prices are usually higher, but I know that they usually carry milk at the same price that I can get anywhere else. And so I was just gonna stop in there and grab a few more gallons because 1 gallon of milk isn't gonna get my husband and I through 1 month. But I found 2 really good deals, so I picked up one more thing than just milk. So let's get right into the grocery haul. So starting with the QFC haul, you'll notice that there are 11 gallons of milk here. That is because this is the 1 gallon of milk that I got at Walmart, and it was $5.50, and that's typically what I pay for 1 gallon of organic whole milk. QFC had organic whole milk on sale for $3.99, but it was limit 5. So when I ran in there, I grabbed 5. And then I asked my husband if he would run to the store and pick up another 5 gallons because it was limit 5 per transaction, and he was willing to do that, which was awesome. But when I save $2 almost per gallon, but when the savings is that great and I have room in my freezer right now, then I definitely want to stock up because we have eaten through almost all of our produce that was in the freezer from last year's garden, and so the produce freezer is starting to get pretty empty, so I have the space to freeze this milk. If you've never freezed milk, it freezes beautifully. The only time I've ever had weird things with freezing milk is you cannot freeze half and half. It does clump, but freezing whole milk thaws beautifully. I've never had an issue with it. And then here, I wasn't planning on getting any cheese because I have been buying my cheese through Azure and I'm really happy with it, but I couldn't pass up this deal. For a 2-pound block of Tillamook cheese, it was only $5.50. So that is a really good price per pound. So I went ahead and picked up 2 Monterey Jack and 2 medium white cheddar. Cheese will last months in your refrigerator if you don't open it out of this package. So 8 pounds of cheese is definitely gonna last us for a few months. So we are good on cheese. I went ahead and picked up a concealer. I like to keep some alternative milks in my house as well. So I picked up some almond milk. I am gonna be doing some freezer meals, and so some of these items are actually for cooking my freezer meals as well. That's why some of this stuff is gonna last us way more than 1 month's worth of food. At the end of this video, I'll tell you what freezer meals I'm planning to do with some of these items. Getting into the produce, I picked up 4 cauliflowers. We have 4 zucchinis, 2 cilantro bunches, a bunch of bananas. I love to keep bananas in my freezer, so I actually bought all these bananas to ripen on my counter, and then I will throw them in a freezer bag. 4 bags of tricolor peppers. Kale, I'm super sad to have to buy kale because I preserved a ton of kale in the freezer and I just used my last bag, so it kind of hurts my heart to have to buy kale, but my kale plants outside are only about this big, so it's gonna be a little bit before we have any kale coming in from the garden. Some mushrooms, 2 things of ricotta cheese, a couple vitamins, 6 packages of cream cheese. This will last us way more than 1 month as well. I love to keep cream cheese on hand and use it as a creaming agent if I make a pasta sauce. Usually cream cheese will last in your refrigerator for a really long time. I'm gonna see what the expiration is on this. That says October 30th, 2021. So this will last a long time in the fridge. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll actually just toss them in the freezer too. Cream cheese is one of those dairy products that gets a little bit weird when you thaw it out. You can freeze it just fine, but you need to know that when you cook with it, you need to cook it into a dish, a pasta, a soup, or something like that. If you want to just spread it on a bagel, it'll be weird. It cooks up just fine. And that's typically how we eat our cream cheese. I put it in a dish. We don't usually just eat cream cheese on a bagel. I have 2 things of heavy whipping cream because I make my own sour cream. There's a video right here and in the description if you want to see me make that. It's super easy. I got a couple things of tortillas. I like these ones when I make enchiladas, and I like this brand when we eat just tacos. Some hamburger buns, some lasagna. This is not my favorite type of lasagna noodles. I really like the Bertolli oven ready flat lasagna, the ones that don't have the ruffles on the edge, but they didn't have them at Walmart and I needed them for some of the freezer meal cooking I'm doing, so I went ahead and just picked those up for now. I got some foil pans for the freezer meal cooking. My husband loves to have frosted flakes for dessert, so that's a treat for him, so I like to stock up on that. That will definitely last us more than a month. And then I have 4 gallons of white vinegar and 2 gallons of apple cider vinegar. Vinegar is for canning season. We did a big project last weekend on the homestead where we made a natural weed killer and we used all the vinegar that I had on hand along with a bunch of vinegar my parents brought us. And so this is just restocking for the canning season. I go through a lot of vinegar when it's canning season and I don't want to run out of it. I hate running out of things when I'm in the middle of canning stuff. So that is definitely going to last us more than a month. And coming around here, I have some decaf coffee. I can't drink any caffeine right now, and I'm actually not supposed to have decaf coffee either, but I thought I would just give it a try. And we've got some chamomile tea and some sleepy time tea. So the freezer meals that I'm thinking, I'm gonna do stuffed peppers 2 ways. I'm gonna do like an enchilada style stuffed pepper, and then I'm gonna do an Italian stuffed pepper. I'm also gonna make some just regular traditional enchiladas with the flour tortillas. Stroganoff is on the list, and I think I'll do a meatloaf or 2. You're wondering, how do you get produce to last a month? The way I do it is I am strategic on which produce we eat first. Typically, we'll eat the soft veggies first. The zucchini, the lettuce, the peppers, things like that. Things that tend to go bad faster, we'll eat those first. And then we'll save the things like cauliflower, broccoli, cabbage, carrots for those following weeks. And then we might have a week where we eat freezer meals where I already have the vegetables cooked into the meal. So we don't have to worry so much about having fresh vegetables last an entire month. But you really can get vegetables to last an entire month in your house, no problem. So I still have half a bag of carrots that are in my fridge from last month's grocery shopping, and they're just fine. And I also have a cabbage that's in my fridge that's been in there for a month, and it is just fine. You just have to make sure you store them properly. And to make it so that I can cook a bunch of different meals whenever I want, I also keep a ton of frozen vegetables in my house. I have no problem cooking with frozen veggies because a lot of the veggies that I harvest, I like to freeze. I don't like canning vegetables. I don't love canned vegetables. So we do eat a lot of frozen vegetables. So I hope you enjoyed this grocery haul. And if you want to see me make these freezer meals, I'm going to be doing this coming weekend. So go ahead and subscribe so you can see that. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to start a conversation, go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I've been really enjoying getting to know you guys down there. I hope you guys have a great evening, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.